The French classes are preparing for a special event next week by decorating the halls. Stay tuned to find out what that event may be.
And there are many amazing students here at Penn Trafford, but stay tuned as we shine a spotlight on an individual who is doing amazing things for their community.
All this and more on today's episode of Wake Up Warriors.
Live from Penn Trafford High School, this is Wake Up Warriors. Wake Up Warriors starts now.
Good morning to you, Penn Trafford, and welcome back to Wake Up Warriors. Today is Thursday, February 16th. I'm TJ.
And I'm Phelan. Happy Thursday, TJ.
Happy Thursday, Phelan. Say, what's your favorite holiday?
You know, I love April Fool's Day. How about you?
Well, I would have to say Thanksgiving. But there's one holiday that's coming up in Penn Trafford that the French department is really excited for. Next week, the French classes are celebrating Mardi Gras. They're preparing for it by embellishing the hallways with festive decorations. We sent reporter Brielle Snyder to find out more about this French holiday.
So Mardi Gras is a time period before Lent, before Ash Wednesday. It goes back thousands and thousands of years ago and to pagan and Roman Catholic traditions, Christianity. And it's a time period where you are eating up all of your fats and you're indulging before the Lenten period where you are fasting and you're on your better behavior, which starts Ash Wednesday and then leads up to Easter. Well, we've been celebrating Mardi Gras a little bit. We've been talking a little bit about Mardi Gras in some of the classes, especially the lower levels that don't know that it's a time period, not just one day. The last day is Mardi Gras Fat Tuesday. That's French for Fat Tuesday. So we've been watching some Ed puzzles. We've been talking about locations where in France, it's big celebration in the south of France in a town called Nice, also in New Orleans. In the United States, in Martinique, which is in the Caribbean, which is also a part of France. Well, we like to celebrate by decorating. We play games. We have food. The food's ordered and ready to go. We try different foods out. We like to make masks and even dress up in costume for the new season that is spring upon us. And then we go into the dark colors for Ash Wednesday, Lent. And then by that point, it's Easter and it's spring.
It's always a lot of fun. We have a nice little party and we hang out with each other. And it's great to experience like other cultures from different countries. I'm most excited for the food, to be completely honest. I really enjoy food from France. France has like some of the best like food and some of the best like a lot of everything over there, so it's always a blast. Yeah, take French, do it.
Dom Randall is an amazing student here at Penn Trafford. We sent reporter Ella Welch to talk to them to see what they do for the community, but also their perspective on why Black History Month is so important.
Dom Randall is an outstanding student who works hard to bring equality and love to the school and the community. As it being the month of February, I sat down with him to learn more about his personal perspective of Black History Month.
So I run the Stage Crew Club with Ella Welsh, and we do everything in the auditorium when it comes to like assemblies, band concerts, chorus concerts, etc. The Unified Club, which is bigger than it's ever been this year, and it's along with my senior project that's trying to create these stepping stones for diversity in our school. I'm a stage manager as well for this show currently and the past few shows, and I do help out with Fashion Club. More at the beginning of the year I did, but right now as well. And I'm also nominated as the Student of the Month for February. That's a loaded question. A month to learn about the diversity and the accomplishments of African American people. With the Unified Club, especially like this year, we are urging the idea of trying to get that Black History Month within our school, to learn more about Black History Month, learn about the accomplishments of African American people in the United States and all around the world. It is very important, and it's only been celebrated for 50 years. Started with Gerald Ford, and in the 70s. So I think especially it's important to me in our school district to learn about it because, you know, our diversity is pretty low. I mean, there's not that many African-American students like myself in the school. And to learn about the diversity of other cultures and to learn about the accomplishments of Martin Luther King, Malcolm X. A lot of times you hear about that, Jackie Robinson. Those are the basics. As much as they are important, local ones, you have Mayor Ed Gainey of Pittsburgh, the first Black mayor of Pittsburgh, and you have very underrepresented African American people who have done a lot. Marsha B. Johnson, one of my favorites, and a lot that in our history have been kind of pushed out. And I think that it's very important for all of us to know that Black history is our history. I think it's the idea of respecting it and learning it, just to step out and be open to that idea of learning about different cultures and thinking that we have to put ourselves in other people's shoes. Other underrepresented groups, not just even African American people, as much as this is our month in a sense, but all the underrepresented groups that need to be heard and need to be seen, and just to be open to that.
This is Ella Welsh reporting for PTTV.
Congratulations to Vienna Kearns, Matt Cernowski, Kate Shaw, and Jake McGee for qualifying for the Tri-State Indoor Track and Field Championship. The competition will take place at Edinburgh University this Saturday.
Students in Mrs. Corna's second period AP Computer Science Principles class began to learn and write code using parameters and libraries in JavaScript. These two items are helpful for readability and make it easier to fix any bugs or errors in the coding. Both of these are used by programmers in the job field. And according to College Board, AP Computer Science Principles is designed to teach students with no knowledge of computers about the world of computer science.
Yesterday, Mr. Kanaka's anatomy and physiology class dissected cow eyes. The students started by making an incision between the sclera and cornea. The cornea is usually clear, but due to the preservatives used, the cornea turned foggy. After cutting out the cornea, the students identified the iris, a muscle that makes the eye's color and pupils become larger and smaller. Behind the pupil was the lens, a small-looking marble. The inside of the eye is filled with vitreous humor. Lastly, the students flipped the eye inside out. Since cows are nocturnal, they have an additional reflective element of the choroid called the tapetum lucidum.
Penn Trafford Athletics had some history-making moments this week, so now let's send it over to Ryer Wilkes for the sports rundown. Good morning, Ryer. What do you have for us?
History was made this week as the rifle team became state championships for the Penn Trafford High School. We're now live with our very own Zach Grabowski to learn more about this momentous win. Good morning, Zach. What do you have for us?
Thanks, Ryer. I'm here with the state champion rifle team. So how did you guys prepare for this season and compared to last season or previous season in order to get to that state championship level?
Over the course of the season, we really bonded as a team, and we found out each other's strengths and weaknesses. And doing that, we've been able to get win after win. We had a couple losses, but we managed to get over those. Getting second at WPIALs, we really got after that, and we got first at states, so that was a great improvement.
And speaking of first at states, we also have the #1 placeholder from states, Ivy Thomas. Ivy, how did you prepare for the state championship?
I just practiced with the targets that we were going to use at states, and I got in the line and shot how I know how to shoot.
And that obviously paid off for you because you won first place. We're also here with the coach of the rifle team. How did you go about coaching these kids as to compared to previous years in order to get them to that level of state championship?
To be honest, there is really no change in how I coach. The talent is, changes from year to year. I had veterans return who kind of struggled a little bit this year. I had newcomers who really stepped up their game and, they were a real contender. And it's just a matter of watching the kids, learning their strengths, their weaknesses, and knowing where to place who and what lineup. And it paid off this year,
It definitely did pay off. Congratulations to the state rifle team. That's all we have. Let's send it back to Ryer.
Thanks, Zach. On Tuesday, the swim teams enjoyed 2 spectacular wins against Woodland Hills. Both teams had many best times, including 2 WPIAL cuts for Evan Del Signor and 1 additional cut for Patton Graziano, which means he has qualified for every event. The boys team has finished the season with a record of 10-1. 6 of our swimmers will continue the swimming season for the individual events at the WPIAL Championships and will be joined by others in relays. Reporter Taylor Shearer caught up with Evan Del Signor after his electric meet.
So tonight we swam against Woody High. It was a great meet tonight for both the guys and girls team. Both teams won. I don't know the final scores. Senior night for both the guys and the girls team. On the personal side of things, I qualified for Whitfields in 2 events, the 50 free and the 100 free. Pat and Graziano qualified in the 100 breast. And that was our last dual meet of the year, so at this point we're just looking forward to Whitfields and hopefully states.
The Penn Trafford hockey team faced off against number 1 team South Fayette on Tuesday night at Palmer Imaging Arena. The boys started out hot with a 3-0 lead in the first period with 2 goals from Nate Lochner and 1 from Xavier Sullivan. Sophomore Camden Kissy then made the score 4-1 in the second. And in the third, Xavier Sullivan finished off the top-seeded Lions with his second goal of the night. I caught up with Nate and Xavier after their big win to see how it felt.
Came out buzzing, scored 4 goals, 4-0 lead. From there, just never looked back. Jack Blank, me, Xavier, our line is it's unfair. Nobody can stop us. 4 goals tonight, big win. Got to win the next 2.
It's a beautiful day in Penn Trafford when the hockey team wins.
Roll PT hockey.
That's all I have for sports today. Now let's send it back to TJ and Phelan at the desk.
Thank you, Ryer. But unfortunately, PT, that's all for today's show. Thank you for watching Wake Up Warriors. Please stand for the Pledge of the Flag. I'm TJ.
And I'm Phelan.
Have a great day,
PT.